Disclaimer, the comments made in this video are intended for entertainment purposes only and are not intended to offend anyone.
Free Palestine, fat black women invented music,
I would like to show you better women. Hello and welcome to another video. Today we are clearing the air on gender and race. Don't forget to like the video and let's get right into it.
Who was the 7% of black women that voted for Donald Trump?
'Twas me. I listened and researched and experienced the last 8 years. No hesitation.
See how happy she looks. Not to mention fit too.
Don't want the UK being turned into the sort of place that everybody else is running from. Somebody has to defend it. When people come to a country, they should want to be a part of that country. We are not a hotel. This is our home and we need to look after it. It's not about bringing the culture from the other place and turning the UK into the place you've just come from. If I wanted to be in Nigeria, I would have moved back to Nigeria. I don't want to recreate Nigeria in the UK. I think that there are many people who come from countries where they want to recreate what they are familiar with in the UK. It is bad for social cohesion and it is bad for the very things that made Britain what it is. There's things that I call liberal values, free speech, equality under the law. People don't understand how special this stuff is. Freedom, that being treated the same no matter who you are, whether you're the poorest person or the richest person, the presumption of innocence, something that's thrown away with cancel culture. We've got to fight these things. I know what it is like to live in a place that doesn't have these things, so it's very, very precious. And I will die to protect those things.
This is common sense, I believe, but they were so upset. If you don't like someone else's home, why don't you return to yours?
Like, is this what you guys really want? This is crazy. Nobody is responsible for something their ancestors did. Hell, we're not even responsible for what our parents did. Like, is this really what y'all want? I'm sorry. I don't believe in white guilt. I don't believe in white guilt. I think it's crazy. This is so goofy. Goofy gooberler.
No, they need to kneel and grovel and beg. Their ancestors bought them from their own people, so current white people should apologize for both sides, even if the parties involved on both sides are all dead.
Yes, I'm still traumatized with the situation. The fact that I could be facing suspension, my career coming to an end, simply because I refused to refer to this patient as a female, as a she or miss. Yes, on the medical record, this was a male patient under urology. On the bedside was just written his name, not miss or anything. So on the first glance, when I looked at him, I was like, wow. He was a very big man, very huge, about 6 foot tall. He literally stood up and began to throw racial slurs at me and said, "Do not call me mister. I'm a miss. I'm a woman." When I came back the following shift, I was told you can't work anywhere else.
They are going to definitely fire her in a little bit. She needs to sue the anesthesia off that hospital. We're protecting child predators in the name pronouns.
First of all, we have Jenny. Jenny, you're from Atlanta?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
What's your question?
I'm not a hater, first of all, but I do have some concerns. I am a housewife from Atlanta, and I've watched the show. The very first show, within the first 10 to 15 minutes, I was like, oh my gosh, this is not a true representation of how we are in Atlanta. As an African-American woman, I was like, we don't get the opportunities to have these type of shows on television. And when we do, it's always about the cribs and the bling, and there's no substance or intellect. Money cannot buy you. Money cannot buy you class, style, or intellect. People who are fluent are not having to prove that they are fluent. It's something about your character. It's something from the inside out that proves you are.
What's the question? Right. Where's your question? Do you have a question in that?
Yes, I do. I feel that the ladies don't seem to think that they're glorifying materialism, but you do not think that you're glorifying being a gold digger?
Jenny was definitely the mother they never had.
Where did this come from? I've never heard of this before.
So, me and my fiance are having a
Fiance. So she has a ring.
little tiny disagreement right now because I have a question. So, Valentine's Day is coming up. And, Valentine's Day is for the girls, right?
No. It's not.
Why are you talking about you give me a gift for Valentine's Day? I'm like, no. Okay, well, first off, let's go back. His birthday is on the 18th.
I don't care.
Valentine's Day is on the 14th. So, 4 more days after Valentine's Day is your birthday.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to get him something for his birthday. but not for Valentine's Day, because on Valentine's Day, you're supposed to be catering to me, right?
What? I'm so confused. One thing about me, I'm gonna be confused. I am so confused. Where did this come from? What is Valentine's Day all about? Valentine's Day is a day to celebrate love and affection, and is celebrated by exchanging cards, gifts, and messages. It's celebrated annually on February 14th. Okay. Did we talk about men or women?
At the end of the day, Valentine's Day is for the girls. Like,
No.
if you look up Valentine's Day, dudes are taking their women out.
So if it's for the girl, what's the point of Valentine's Day? Like, you guys are not making sense to me. This is why red pill men keep on talking about us. Wait till red pill men get a hold of this. Where did this come from? I've never heard of this before.
He should take back the engagement run as a Valentine's gift for himself.
When somebody comes and asks a question about side chicks, why is it always so negative? And why is it like, oh, you guys are wrong or whatever? That man doesn't love you. That man's not gonna leave his wife.
There's an argument that sometimes the side chick get the best of the man.
And I do.
Okay. Oh, my God. Oh, you a proud side chick.
I want you to be really honest.
Okay.
Are you her husband?
Absolutely.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Oh, okay. There's a difference in believing in God and fearing God. I don't think that you fear God, because I don't think you understand the conviction that's being a person who is the person who is stepping into somebody's marriage. God does not approve of that. If you read that word, if you take in your daily bread, there will be a conviction. You think that this is just a book that works for you whenever you want it to work for you. That's not how it goes, baby. So for you to be able to say that you believe in God right now, that's the reason. If y'all really want to know why I'm passionate about this conversation, that's the reason. Because in my walk, I fear God. So every behavior that I have reflects on the godly principles and my fear of God. So I am never going to get up to no mic and say that I knowingly have stepped into somebody else's marriage, and I am okay with that. If the shoe was on the other foot, I guarantee you if the shoe was on the other foot. You talking about this woman doesn't approve of that. You causing pain to that woman as well. We as brothers and sisters of Christ, we are not supposed to be causing intentional pain on somebody else. So I challenge you, since you got up to this mic to try to challenge your girl Kitty. I challenge you, okay? Because now you finna see 6'5" Grove side. I challenge you, honey. I challenge you. Maybe you need to fast so you can get that spiritual demon off of you. I challenge you.
Listen.
Somebody bring shame back. It's a relationship show thing where people come to ask questions about their spouses, right? But the nerve to go up there expecting support is mind-boggling. You don't have a spouse, ma'am.
I recently was asked by someone I was dating to go to a sports bar. I have absolutely no interest in sports. And he says, well, there's women there. I'm like, fine, let them go. I'm not gonna go. There's no reason for me to be there.
Are you still dating him?
No.
Did he ever go anywhere you wanted to go?
Yeah, he did. But I did not want to go.
So you weren't willing to go just for him? Not because it's not something that interests you, but you were not willing to make that?
There's nothing about the vibe that I like. Sports bar, not for me.
Did you like him?
Yes, I did. To a certain point. Did I try to change that part of him? No. Did I accept that part of him? Yes. Was I going to change myself to be with him, to do that? No.
All the hums are tickling my brain, honestly.
So I've been married for more than 15 years.
Congratulations, that's dope.
Or, I'm so sorry.
I have been in a side relationship that my husband recently found out about. How can I convince my husband to let me keep the side dude?
Well, first of all, he shouldn't. How did he find out? Did he go through your phone? Because that is a breach of privacy.
I mean, how the you gonna go through my phone?
Why you gonna go through my phone for? You don't trust me?
I know, right? Okay, hold on. Multiple layers there. Are you happily married?
Clearly not, right? She has
so
a
here's
side
the thing.
dude.
No. Before we go, whoa. We let's not put the carriage in front of the horse.
Some days.
Trill,
Some days.
do you feel like you can be happily married and have a side piece? Trill, I need an answer right the fuck now.
I would say no.
Okay.
I would say no. I think for the most part, if you got the side piece, he filling a role that your husband is not. So you got to look in that mirror and ask yourself, is the role that this person filling enough for me to leave this 15 plus year marriage? And judging by the enthusiasm in your tone, it's sounding to me like the marriage is over. That's just my...
Kitty, no, we're not going to go there yet. We haven't dove into this question, okay? Kitty, if we say for better or for worse, Kitty, I need your attention. Because if we say for better or for worse, that means for better or for side piece, doesn't it?
No, and I'm not finna do this with y'all today.
We in trouble.
You need to change that convince word to manipulate.
Ooh.
We're not gonna play those games right now. You took a vow. You took vows. You stood before God or whatever it is you believe in and said that you were going to love this man. It's sickness and through health, for rich and for poor. You said that you committed whenever you took that vow. You committed to be there even in the hard times, even in the times where you were not fully emotionally fulfilled. You still took on that position to say that I'm going to have those conversations. I'm going to communicate. I'm not going to breach the trust in this marriage. You lack marital integrity. And if you lack marital integrity, you lack integrity as a person as well. So my next point to make is the audacity must be on sale right now for you to be able to say, how can I convince my husband, a man at that, convince my husband to let me still have a side relationship as if I did not betray this man, as if I did not hurt this man, as if I did not dishonor this man, as if I did not disrespect this man, and you want to ask for something? You want to ask for what it seems like more of a favor because it's only going to work in your favor. It's nothing that is going to work for him. I don't like when we play these games like this. You entered into what you two believe was a monogamous agreement, and you made it a polyamorous thing.
Ooh.
You did.
Ooh.
Let me tell you something else that you did. Let's talk about the lack of responsibility. I'm gonna tell you one more thing because I'm sure some other panelists have something to say. This is the problem that I have. Whenever you open up your marriage to something that somebody else did not consent to, if your side piece has depression or anxiety or anything like that, there's a spiritual exchange that takes place when you go sleep with somebody else that you now have invited into your home. So part of the reason why your marriage is not happy is because you were lusting over the fence to begin with.
Ooh.
You invited that into your marriage. You corrupted your home. The best thing for you to do, because he does have the right to leave you, the best thing that you could do, the responsible thing you can do, is either end that relationship on the side or leave that man alone and let somebody else find him.
We listen and we definitely judge. I can't believe she's laughing.
Would you date someone if they went by they, them pronouns?
Hell.
Why not?
A fold, but I ain't gonna say what fold.
During Pride Month is crazy.
Girl, what? It's Juneteenth, bro. This Black History Month. Don't play with me. Now you see her. This is Juneteenth. This Black History Month. And here she go. She's trying to put the black lady.
I stand with her and her phobe.
I'm on E and we late. She want me to stop at Chick-fil-A so she can use the bathroom. I say, well, we can go, cause we late and I gotta get some gas. You can go, well, I'm going to a new gas station. You can go use the restroom. She throws a fit because I won't make a extra stop so she can go use whatever bathroom she wants to use. Forget that you making me late. Forget that I gotta get gas and I can say we can do one stop. No, she made that a big issue. And guess what the women did? That's your lady. You supposed to stop and do. You supposed to take her to a nice, pretty bathroom. I said, oh, so these women narcissistic. If you think that somebody is the stronger person, since you look at me as a man, because these women are not looking at me as a woman, because the way I carry myself, the way I speak, my assertiveness, these women look at me as a man. So they treat me like one.
Right.
So in their mind, I was supposed to bend over backwards and take her to a special a special place to use the bathroom. To hell with me making a logical decision to do a one-stop shop so we can get on the road. I was the villain then. You're a narcissist. You're a narcissist. Why didn't you take your girlfriend to go use that bathroom? Wow. I say, so this is what they dealing with?
Yes.
This?
Yes.
I say, I'm not getting no relationship to be no doggone slave and to cater to no egos, because women, we supposed to be working together. We supposed to be carrying an equal load.
It's tough on the dating streets. Real tough.
Hi guys, I'm Linda. I'm from Long Island, New York, and I've noticed all over New York, all of the illegals are taking over. They built new apartments in the city for the illegals, let them come into our colleges in New York. And my question is, my grandma came here legally from Germany during Nazi's regime. If she could come here legally, why can't everyone else?
Thank you. Amen. And I just want to say to your grandma really quick, it is an insult to your family that came here legally that people who cut in line get preference. Who here is a son or a daughter of immigrants? Raise your hand. All of you out there should be outraged that people get to come here and cut in line and basically say to you guys that waited in line, you're a bunch of suckers. We need to say no illegal immigration. If you come to better the country, we have an open heart and a big, big door, but you must come here legally in this country.
I'd also be upset if it was her.
Mayor Eric Adams. Shut. And this is coming from a New Yorker here in New York City. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Mayor Adams, shut up. Talking about some, y'all, that's my lights going up and down, they censor, but whatever. Shut up. Talk about you're not for mass deportation. We are. We the fuck is. I'm a Republican, a new Republican. I switched over from being a Democrat after fucking 16 years. I'm through. Talking about you not for mass deportation. Donald Trump, you know what the fuck you need to do. That's why we voted for you. Get them motherfuckers out of here. We are tired, baby. Oh, and they're still down there, rally up in the city in Manhattan. Oh, here come the immigrants throwing up their little signs. Talking some, Donald Trump, please, we're suffering. How the fuck is you suffering, nigga? You've been eating good off EBT. $380 a week plus $3,000 cash reloadable cards every fucking month. How the fuck would you suffer, nigga? You eating better than me and my fucking kids. You buying Dunks, Jordans, motherfucker, Gucci, all this shit. I can't afford that shit, but them motherfucking migrant shows been wearing that shit for the last 16 years with them $3,000 reloadable cash cards, baby. What you mean you downtown in Manhattan talk about you suffering, nigga? We all fucking suffering, bitch. The American citizens been suffering for the last 16 years. Then you got ex-Democrats switching over like me to be a Republican because shit like this, and the migrants talk about some, we're really sad because people switched over, they went against us, talk about some, we really sad, we're upset that y'all would vote Donald Trump. What you mean, bitch? We voted Donald Trump because we are unhappy. We are tired of y'all. Get out. I'm sick of seeing this shit every day here in New York City. They rallying up on the news. Get out. Get your shit and get the out now. I'm gonna tell you this right now. I don't get it. She throwing some,
What's that thing the kids say? She said what she said. Yeah, exactly.
The whole issue of critical race theory and what is and is not being taught. I come out of an academic institution, and this is something that academics debate, what is the role of race and so forth. And let me be very clear. I grew up in segregated Birmingham, Alabama. I couldn't go to a movie theater or to a restaurant with my parents. I went to segregated schools till we moved to Denver. My parents never thought I was going to grow up in a world without prejudice, but they also told me that's somebody else's problem, not yours. You're going to overcome it, and you are going to be anything you want to be. And that's the message that I think we ought to be sending to kids. One of the worries that I have about the way that we're talking about race is that it either seems so big that somehow white people now have to feel guilty for everything that happened in the past. I don't think that's very productive. Or black people have to feel disempowered by race. I would like black kids to be completely empowered, to know that they are beautiful in their blackness. But in order to do that, I don't have to make white kids feel bad for being white. So somehow this is a conversation that has gone in the wrong direction.
Notice how Whoopi was only responding when she talked about segregation. Being that hateful cannot be healthy.
Donald Trump is now the new leader of the United States. Democracy in action. But the Democrats and the liberal left don't like it. People on the left like Emily Maitlis who simply couldn't handle it. Some people are trying to say that the Democrats lost because Kamala Harris is black or because she's a woman. No. It was because of moments like this.
My mother she would give us a hard time sometimes, and she would say to us, I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?
It's not funny, is it? And celebrities like Alec Baldwin, Whoopi Goldberg, Barbara Streisand, Cher, Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Megan Rapinoe, Tom Hanks, Amy Schumer, Lady Gaga, Taylor Swift, Bill Gates, Jane Fonda, Madonna, Mark Ruffalo, Kim Kardashian, Bruce Springsteen, George Clooney, and Oprah Winfrey. The left are obsessed with identity politics, and the people of the US have said no. And I suspect this rejection is coming to the UK. We don't want to be teaching issues relating to gender in our schools and appeasing confused young people going through puberty with whether their biology matches transient gender stereotypes. We are open-minded, and most of us are liberal thinking. But we do not believe a man can become a woman or vice versa, and pushing surgery on kids. I don't want critical race theories forced down my neck. Just because someone is black doesn't mean that they will support it. And if someone is an immigrant, it doesn't mean that they'll be happy with illegal migration. In fact, most immigrants jumped through legal hoops to get here.
I really do miss Kamala, you guys.
So this is an honest question for white people. At what point does your uncomfortable feelings around being called a racist, benefiting from white supremacy, at what point does that outweigh the life-threatening suffering that people of color are experiencing?
This is how I would answer that question.
I think my answer is the same too.
I'm just so annoyed. All of this performative activism on the internet does absolutely nothing except make you look like a fool. You're using this poor guy who clearly had something psychologically and spiritually going on with him. He had problems. You're using him as a platform for more race hustling in the same way that happened with George Floyd, that happened with Breonna Taylor, that happened with literally any other person that the BLM Marxist organization latched onto. You guys don't care about black lives. You don't. Saying that you do and putting up your fist and making all of these stupid statements online only proves that you only care about them when they're dead. Unless, of course, you're sacrificing black babies on the altars of reproductive health care, which from your perspective, they weren't alive to begin with, which begs the question, what are you actually terminating with these pregnancies? But I guess that's neither.
Are you noticing a pattern with these women? See how healthy their hair is, how good their skin looks, how happy they seem.
You have no problem going throughout the world hurting people's feelings.
I have no problem going out the world. That's one way to pitch it. Telling people the truth so they can better their lives. They can live in reality and not the one.
But
not
what
the fantasy land
but what
that
if
they're creating
someone
for their lives.
believes that that is a better life for them?
Okay, well, let's play it your way then. Let's do it the other way. There are a group of people who are now referring to themselves as minor attracted people.
Oh, I knew you was going. Can't go there.
Hey, but that's what they believe. They believe that they are in love and want to have sex with children. They believe that, Nick. They believe it. And are you going to apologize when you call them pedophiles? Are you going to apologize, Nick? Are you going to have them on your podcast?
That's a hell of
Don't
a
you
point.
understand how they feel on the inside when you say that they can't have sex with 8-year-olds?
That is a hell of a point.
It is, the slippery slope is not a fallacy, it is reality. We are living the slippery slope. So somebody's going to have to produce the wall. So there's going to be a lot of voices that need to be objective and tell people the truth. I'm very happy to be those voices. If you're looking for me to, make you feel good, I can't be your mommy. I can't. That's why you tell me, I can't be your mommy.
But see, that's what I was like. It's
okay, I'm not your mommy. You're not a toddler. You're an adult.
But see,
this is what truth is. And if you can't deal with truth, then you're going to have a very tough life. Way tougher than having to listen to Candace Owens say, you are a man on the internet.
You think I would forget the queen herself? Nick needs to go take care of his tribe. I know he would lose his mind if one of his kids caught the woke kind virus. Let's be for real.
Okay, so I got a great way how we can what we can do with this budget. First, Let's start with cutting off illegals, getting free everything. Free housing, free schooling, free food. Yeah, let's start with that. That'll save us a lot of money. What, 600 million? Let's start there. Then let's start with your salary. You are going down in history as the worst mayor in America. Let's start with cutting yours. You making too much money. Let's start there. And now let's start with the police detail you had, the 200 police detail you had. Let's start with that, because you Democrats, and you remember you told us to defund the police. Remember you ran on that. Remember you was the defund the police. Let's start with that. Let's defund the police detail that you have. And let's put the police back in our neighborhood, because we're not for defunding the police. We need the police. So let's start with all the Democrats, because y'all policy, what y'all push in our neighborhood, defund the police. So all y'all that got police details and got police presence around y'all house, let's start with cutting that. That'll save a lot of money. So won't you just practice what you preach?
This was in Chicago. Mayor Brandon Johnson is definitely not running again.
You know what I just realized? Kamala had to pay for almost every single endorsement that she got, hence as to why her campaign ended in $20 million worth of debt. However, I just watched a video of the UFC fighter or the wrestler, I don't even know, who gave his belt over to Trump. And what hit me was that all these people who endorsed Trump, he didn't pay for a single endorsement. It is all natural, people recognizing how great of a leader he is. And so then I took it a step further. I'm like, let me see what these comments say. I went in the comments, and there's so many people saying, best president ever. And it just made my heart so happy, because truly, I agree with that. I think that Trump is the best president that we've ever had. I think that he's a phenomenal leader. I also want to point out that this fighter who gave him his belt was African American, and Trump held hands like in a manly way, and they were talking to each other. And I just thought, this is the person that everyone tries to pin as racist, as a horrible human, and it cannot be farther from the truth.
No more concert rallies. I really miss Kamala. Well, there you gave it, folks. It's a wrap. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. See you in the next one.